The power of the United States doesn't come from one man, it comes from the people. We, the people. Us sitting here at home, at work, at school, each one of us has our own story of oppression, suppression, and aggression. We sit here tired, frustrated, fed up. We vote to be protected, to be heard, considered. I want everyone to think about the protests, the marches. All those people are getting screwed over. Look at the way Cruz, for his second time, was nowhere to be found. Abbott is more focused on getting more seats to get his pat to get his head patted. Good boy. You're in the club, oh boy. Norm, whose own track record speak on emergency services speaks for themselves. And remember, what's his name? What was his name? Well, the director of FEMA said, if we get in his way, I'll run you straight over. His actions speak louder than the words. I stayed in Washington to make sure y'all got everything y'all needed. I was needed here. They want you to not believe your lying eyes. So here's a quick rundown. In Texas, we are ranked as one of the worst states for health care access and affordability. High numbers of residents without health insurance is inevitable, meaning a low number of primary care doctors per capita and fewer number of mental health providers. And in Fort Worth, mental health services are being destroyed right now. They use the fact that we don't have the highest crime rates overall, but they leave out that we have a violent crime rate above the national average. These guys that are wanting more seats are not affected by their choices. They are showing everyone here that they are choosing profit. Our FEMA funds are going to ICE. And the emergency in Texas is to get 5 more seats. Not the fact that y'all waited 5 days, 7 days, 10 days to come to Texas. But then you got a guy that wants us to bow down after he ignored Texas. No, it don't go like that. We are not, I repeat, we are not dick riding the president. We are not going to ignore what y'all doing in our faces while y'all use word salad to confuse us. No more.
That's the purpose of today's hearing.
Berkeley, Texas has elected 40 Democrats, 1 independent, 1 unionist, and 6 Republican governors. We must read and evaluate the prosperity of our great state under each party. On 4 through 6, 1867 in Houston, Texas, the Republican Party of Texas was created by 150 colored men and 20 white men. They did this in the name of justice then, and we're requesting redistricting in the name of justice now. I echo their clarion call to have Republican leadership in the great state of Texas. As a black American, Afghanistan veteran, a retired department head of the U.S. Department of Justice, I strongly support the Republican redistricting. I do not want, nor does the great state of Texas or this magnificent nation deserve to continue.
Gentlemen will yield. The gentleman will be
of the American icon, Mr. Frederick Douglass. You will not be judged by the heights you have risen, but from the depths you have climbed. I am a Republican, a black dyed-in-the-wool Republican, and I never intend to be belong to any other party but the Party of Freedom and Progress, Frederick Douglass. We need and must have increased Republican leadership in the great state of Texas to remain great. As president of the Frederick Douglass Republicans of Tarrant County, I stand behind this statement. Simplified.
Okay, and you're also being just a little disingenuous because the parties had two different platforms at that time than where we are
No, sir.
today. It was a very different party. It was a very different platform.
I can hardly hear what you.
I know. If you all would, I know some people are excited, but we really can't get to the answers.
No, sir, we can't. I cannot hear you. I'm sorry.
What I'm saying is you were being a little disingenuous because at that time the party had two different platforms.
What time?
What
sir?
they
Which
are
part?
today.
What time?
The party that you're talking about when it came to redlining, whenever people say Republicans, I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, or Independent. I'm a Democrat. The point of it is, as someone who loves and adores history, the party had two different platforms.
So do
it
I.
wasn't the
And I'm a
same
historian.
platform. Wait 1 second.
Next at this microphone, if I could get Chris Tackett. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that y'all might be related.
Yeah.
All right.
You get us both.
Okay. Chair calls Mindy Tackett. Show you
Yes.
registered to testify on behalf of yourself
I
on the
am.
revised congressional redistricting plan. Is that correct?
Correct.
Please give us your testimony.
So I am here to tell all of you exactly what I told the Texas Senate, word for word. Texans do not want this. Trump wants this. Mid-decade redistricting is a blatant, racist power grab. It undermines fair representation and rigs the rules to erase the voices of black and brown communities in order to keep politicians who support white Christian nationalism in power. This is no different than what we have been fighting here in Tarrant County. Just like the Tarrant County commissioners were afraid they might lose power here, Trump and national-level Republicans are afraid they might lose some power. So they're turning to states like Texas to try and ensure they have enough Republican seats. And you're going to squash black and brown voices to do it. There's no polite way to say this. Republicans, we see you. We see who you are, and we see what you're doing. You're shameless, power-hungry bootlickers for Trump. And
That is correct.
Please give us your testimony.
It's asinine that we're here talking about this today when we know the state of Texas has argued in court that the maps drawn after the 2020 census weren't based on race, and yet the DOJ justification is that these maps were drawn based on race. You can't have it make sense unless you are willing to acknowledge that this is nothing more than a step toward authoritarianism. The current administration is scared to death that the people won't vote for them in 2026. They needed to find a place led by those who will kiss the ring and do their bidding to carve out a handful of seats. Enter Texas. The administration has embarked on a Christian nationalist agenda to destroy the things that have made this country great. We know that if they have 2 more years controlling all levers of power, our country will be unrecognizable. That's what they're banking on. Authoritarianism doesn't arrive with trumpets. It creeps in and thrives on our hesitation to speak out, our unwillingness, our willingness to compromise with injustice. You look at this room, we are saying no more. Thank you.
Members, any questions? Correct.
That is correct.
Please
That is
give us your
correct.
testimony.
I want to acknowledge that we're in land ceded and shared by the Jumanus, Tawakani, Kickapoo, Wichita, and Comanche nations. My name is Ernie Moran. I'm the proud son of immigrants from South America. I am a native-born U.S. citizen. I am a 30-year resident of Fort Worth, and I'm the father of 3 public school students. My oldest just graduated high school, and I'm kind of worried about him, and with the dismantling of the Department of Education, I'm worried how we're going to pay for his college. I've got a daughter in high school and a daughter in middle school, and I'm worried about the creep towards Christian nationalism in our schools in Texas. And I'm also a public school teacher, so I'm doubly worried about that. But actually, I'm here, and I'm kind of, respectfully, Mr. Chair, it's ironic and kind of sad to me that we're here, because I've watched 2 hearings already where your colleagues have asked you about the existence of this committee, and you simply passed the buck and said, because there's a letter, this is what we have to do. And you said this morning, or at the start of this meeting, that we had to follow the rules. Your response to the governor when he put this on the agenda should have been 4 words, because this is Texas, right? This is the land of Six Flags. This is the land of Whataburger. This is the land of Shinerbach. You should have said 4 words to the governor: don't mess with Texas. And your answer to the Department of Justice, instead of asking the Department of Justice to come testify, your answer to the Department of Justice should have been 4 words about our maps: come and take them. So I hope you'll do as others have said here and simply do nothing until the 2030 census, and then we'll get to the business of the people.